Hey guys, welcome back to part 7 of how to make a knife without power tools. This one is all about tempering the blade. Last episode was hardening, and for this, what we got to do is we got to get all this black, oily scale off before we stick it in the oven, or we'll make it a big stinky mess. I don't have a cameraman today, so I will try to show you the progress every few minutes. It's pretty straightforward. You just take a piece of sandpaper, like this. It's just a piece of 01 tool steel with some 220 sandpaper wrapped around it. And we're just going to go back and forth. Same angle as your bevel. Trying to do this through the phone lens is a bit of a challenge, but I like a challenge. And you just want to get off all that scale as much as you can. We're doing this so we can see the oxide color, because we want it to be a nice kind of a yellow color, maybe a little bit into the plum, but nothing more than that. Got to do this the whole blade, because I don't want it to, all this black scale to hide, let's say, an accidental blue. That would ruin our blade, and that's a lot of work that I don't want to have to do again, because I'm very lazy. Sit there, keep going. And once it gets kind of clogged up with the oily scale stuff, you just rip it off and you got a new exposed piece of sandpaper. It'll be nice and clean. Just keep going until you've got almost all of it off. It doesn't have to be perfect, because we're going to have to clean off the yellow oxide off the other side. Oh, and if you don't have a vise like this, just nail it to a board, or use a C-clamp like that and then C-clamp it to a board. But if you do it like this, be very careful, because this blade is very brittle. If I push too hard, it could snap. Alright, so I'll get a little bit farther ahead and show you my progress. Okay, so I've cleared off most of the scale off of this one side. I'm going to switch to the other. It's looking pretty good. I got to go through the grits a little bit, but let's see if it focuses. It's got me worried a little bit. I hope it didn't spiderweb on me. I'm hoping it's just scale. I'm trying to sand through it now. I'll let you know. If not, I'll be starting over with a piece that will look exactly the same, and you guys will never know. Okay, so these little lines, it's just where the scale peeled on the outside. They're not cracks. They're not on both sides. It's just... There we go. Focus, focus. Yeah, they're just little lines from where the scale was. But other than that, this is about as clean as it needs to be. It'll definitely oxidize, and you'll definitely see the color in the oven. The next step after this is put it in your oven. Next step is you put it in your oven at about 425 degrees. Just, if you got a rack like this is a gas stove. Just set it in there like that. I always do 2 at a time. So you just set them in there, make sure it's not going to smack your door. Just like that, close the door, wait about an hour, and then see what color they are, shut it off, do another hour, then you're good to go. The next step is fill my sink full of hot water to quench the 2 knives that I have in there. I use really hot water, you can see the steam, to try to not shock the steel as bad, and then I'll go to like a medium temperature, get the blade to that temperature, and then pull it down to like where cool water is flowing over it so I can handle it. I'll show you. See, nice pretty gold color. Got this down. I'm gonna stick it into the water. Look at that. It's gonna be still way too hot to touch. Shut that off. We'll go to this side. Sorry, I only have 2 hands. Now to the medium temperature, we're gonna cool it down a little bit to the coldest. This may not be the most orthodox way of doing this, but I've never had any problems with it. See, look at that beautiful gold color. I'll do the other one just to show you. It's a farrier's rasp knife that I've been working on. I've been trying to make like a little hack and slasher just to use around the place. I think this one's really cool looking. Set this into hot water. Try not to burn myself. There we go. I didn't cover this one off because I'm lazy. There we go. And that is how you temper a blade. If you have any questions, just ask. Check out my Facebook page at Hosenhoffen Blades and Metalwork. Ask questions and comments, like, favorite, subscribe. If you want me to see what you guys do, send it to me on Facebook. I love to see it. If you want to see me make something, just ask. I'd be more than happy to. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you for part 8.